What? And we're on.
We're back. Welcome back to Mik'd. It's Friday, August 12th. We are brought to you by Sterling Automotive.
You're not watching.
And hey, look, listen. Sometimes we just roll right into this thing. We're brought to you by Sterling Automotive. We are also live from Uncle Earls, like we are on every Friday that we are here. I like to say every Friday, but we're not here every Friday. We're here most Fridays. Got a big show.
We've been on a good run here. We've been on a good run.
Every Friday in
definitely in the fall.
In August so far.
We got the fall. I would imagine do the same thing.
Yeah,
Just
fall
keep this train rolling.
Fall will be popping. Fall will have a lot more happy hour people here. This is what I've realized. One, it's the summer, and I think everybody's a little exhausted over the heat and the rain, and they need their kids to get back to school. And two,
school is back.
Traffic is a bitch in the summer. Big reason why I think happy hour is going to pop off because it's football season. Everybody's excited for football season. Once Friday happens, they're in football season. Really, there's no work. It's a 4-day work week, usually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Nobody's working. You're either playing golf, you're getting ready for the football game.
Trying to play golf.
Or trying to play golf, which me and Lloyd tried yesterday, did not work.
Father Nature.
Hopefully, the fall, we can grow this happy hour and have a little bit of a pregame going into the weekend. Also, something's cooking, something's sizzling.
Say it with your chest.
Something's sizzling. We have some. We can't announce it yet.
It was really sizzling. Now it's just.
No, it's still really sizzling.
Still really sizzling.
It's still really sizzling.
I was thinking Chili's fajitas coming out.
No, it's coming.
Okay.
It's we just can't announce it until we have it in writing.
I still want to do it the other way.
I know the other way is.
I think we should do one. What are they gonna do?
I mean, that's the issue. Is like
you're gonna Portnoy me out of there?
Yes.
I'll go dead legs.
That's exactly what they're gonna do.
That would be electric content.
I mean, I guess, but
I'll film it.
Well, that's neither here nor there.
I've been to jail and I'll go again.
We haven't gotten to that point yet.
How you fellas doing?
We haven't gotten to that point yet. We're gonna get to that point. Hopefully, it's some good news here soon. We are still in conversations and have talks, but regardless, football season is here, right around the corner. We have 5 NFL preseason games tonight. We had 3 last night, right? It was 3? Or is it 2?
2.
It was 2 last night.
2 for sure.
It's 2. I won my parlay, and I went 1-1 on the actual bets, and then I won my parlay, so I'm up for the day. So it was a win. I was 2-1. It was a big parlay.
You picked the Ravens?
I also did.
They haven't lost in the preseason since 2016.
Yeah,
22 straight wins in the
great.
preseason.
Good job. That means nothing, but good job.
I don't even understand how that happens, though. Like
I don't either.
That's unbelievable.
They value it, I guess. I don't know. But I will say this. There's 5 games going on tonight. I bet all 5 games, of course. And I parlayed money line all 5 games.
Came off the bench just chucking it up.
Hey, I told you I took a hiatus. I came in yesterday, got a little taste. I'm back.
They put him in the game. He just shot every ball he touched. Right?
Yeah. Hey, I bet some money, and I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm going to win. I'm going to be happy.
You know what worked out well for me yesterday?
What? Also, if you're going to do this, use the promo code LSU15, right?
No.
Yeah, that's it for the LSU giveaway.
No.
Don't say no to me.
Well, no, but that's just for strictly gambling. We have a separate promo code.
I don't know if that's how it works. I think you use that, right? I think we need to figure that out.
That sounds like
I'm pretty sure it's LSU15.
We're on a business here. You can tell we're very buttoned up. We know
Here
exactly what's going on.
This is what you do.
Here we go.
Use the LSU15 code to make a bet. And to make a bet, download the Caesar Sportsbook app. Use the promo code LSU15 to make a bet. Risk-free up to $1,500. We get credit for that. Also, you enter to win 4 tickets to the first game of the season in New Orleans against Florida State, LSU-Florida State game. Everybody's going to be there. Don't miss out. Everybody's been talking about it. We're all going to be there.
Everybody's talking about it.
Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's been talking about it. It's a big hot topic here in Baton Rouge. Don't be left out. Don't have FOMO. LSU15, if you want to go to a Saints preseason game, which the Saints play tomorrow night, they play the
Texans,
but they play the Chargers at home, and that's the tickets that we were giving away. That's Saints 15 to enter to win those tickets. Obviously, I know everybody wants the LSU tickets, but it's okay. Still gotta go to the game. I'll let go. I may go.
Might as well enter both of them.
Hey, if nobody wins the Saints games, I may just go. Screw it. Screw it.
I may go anyway.
Let's go anyway. Whatever.
Are we in on the
boys trip to
LSU tickets? We're good. Everybody's good. Us, the squaw.
I mean, I think so.
Okay.
If not, I'm screwed.
That's what I'm saying.
I think y'all all got. I mean, I think so. We'll have a conversation with them.
Okay. Because I'm turning the tickets are going off the shelves right now, and I need to know if I need to buy one or if I'm gonna be.
I was under the. Maybe you should apply. Maybe you should get your girlfriend to do it, and you should try to win the tickets.
Broke up.
Oh, did y'all?
It's been a tough week for me.
Wait, really?
No.
He's lying.
Say, wait, what?
He's lying.
You doing this on the show right now?
He's lying. But like I said, we got a big show. We got a normal Friday show. We don't really have.
Cabo.
You want another one?
Another?
We don't have any rhyme or reason of why we go somewhere or where we're going, so we're just talking. We're having fun. We're just shooting the shit with the boys, right?
Friday.
It's Friday.
Now, baby.
It's Friday. Enjoy yourself. Baton Rouge, nobody works on Fridays apparently.
No, they
Traffic's
just drive.
a bitch. They just drive, right?
That's literally all they do.
But we're going to talk a little bit about the LSU scrimmage yesterday.
Before we get going,
Graham
Kelly, we have a guy, a clubby, in the chat right now on his bachelor party on the way. Listen to the show.
Love that.
About to pregame before Florida-Bama. He said, what should the first round of shots be for the boys?
Oh, I'm a Vegas bomb guy.
Yeah.
I love me a good Vegas bomb.
No comment.
A good Vegas.
So you can't drink. You haven't drank yet. Ever in your life.
Take a shot of cocaine up the nose, and you'll be ready to go.
I've heard those are good.
Yeah.
From your local Lloyd.
To be
liquid cocaine.
Liquid cocaine. Have you ever had one?
No.
Oh, it's in Lafayette.
I've never had one.
At
No.
Nighttown.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
When was the last time you were in Nighttown?
Seriously.
Last night.
Why do you know this?
Because my brother went to UL. I spent an entire summer there working for the radio.
Yeah, that was 10 years ago.
I know, but they still make.
What goes in
the
liquid cocaine?
It is Goldschlager, Jägermeister.
Oh my God.
And a little topper of Red Bull.
I'm staying with the. Hey.
I'm gonna stick with the Red Bull. I'm gonna stick with the Vegas bomb.
Stay with the Vegas bomb.
Take you Vegas bomb. And take you a little.
First
cocaine.
shot for the boys. Vegas. How many boys? How many people are going?
He didn't say, I'm sure he'll get back to his Graham Kelly. Shout out, good luck. I think it's his bachelor party. I'm not sure.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah, or not.
Have fun. Yeah,
or congratulations to your friend.
Congratulations. Hope you have a really, really good time.
See,
hope the weather is beautiful.
Get you a lot
because
of
last time I was at Florida-Bama, it rained every day. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping it doesn't do that for you. But if it does, good thing you have Florida-Bama and you got a lot of shots. No golf.
No.
Maybe golf on bachelor party there.
You got to do one day.
Yeah, I guess.
A little spacer day.
Yeah, a little barefoot golf, shirtless golf. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Shout out
to little bachelor
Kaufman,
party golf.
Friend of the program.
Golfing. There you go, friend of the program, friend of the show. But yeah, let's get to sports. Before we start talking, we have the game on. I know you can't watch the game. Hopefully that the cameras are low enough to where they can't see the game, to where we get canceled. But we have our insider, LSU insider Jack, who's at all the practices and the scrimmages. Huh?
8 on the bachelor party. And
8. That's a good amount.
Number.
It's a good number. That'll be an expensive round of shots, but it's okay.
Well, he's not paying for them.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
Get 2.
Talk to me. What'd you see yesterday? Would you give me your insight? Give me what you saw. Give me your observations.
Well, first and foremost, it wasn't like a normal scrimmage because once they moved it from Tiger Stadium to the regular practice facility, they did more of like a normal practice where they did individual stuff, then team stuff, back to individuals, back to team, back and forth for about 2 hours. The rain did hold off until the very end. Then it started absolutely monsooning. But
did hold off for me yesterday, but go ahead.
But what I thought was interesting, particularly the secondary held up pretty well against the receivers, both in the red zone and the full team at the end of the practice and in one-on-ones.
You were saying that they kind of used a lot of different combinations as far as like safeties and cornerbacks. You said you had a bunch of safeties on the field at some time.
At one point they had 4 safeties on the field. Well, I say 4 safeties because Sage was in the nickel spot. So he's playing nickel cornerback,
it looks like you're going to have a safety probably play the nickel this year.
Greg Brooks would slide in the nickel sometimes, and sometimes it would be one of the safeties. But, I mean, they mix up their personnel and their formations a lot.
Which is great, which means that the defensive coordinator is competent enough to make the adjustments.
But that could be tricky, too.
Tricky, yeah. It's confusing maybe, but did it look like they had a bunch of missed assignments?
No, I didn't see no real missed assignments. The only big play was like that Brian Thomas one that everybody's seeing, but that's because the guy just ran past
and also
the true freshman corner.
And also Miles Burnett got sacked.
He did get sacked on the play, so that wouldn't have happened in a real game. He'd have got absolutely smoked from the blind side.
And probably fumbled. Not saying because he was not good, but because there's a blindside guy and he came in with a.
He probably would have gotten hurt.
I'm wondering if they're doing the multiple front because they got so many like rangy D linemen /
probably. I would imagine.
Some free run.
I would imagine
they kind of not have to put their hand in the dirt and.
There's probably only 2 guys on their D line, right? That you would think that hand in the dirt.
Yeah, like
everyone else
just
like
just
guys. Yeah.
Just Jaquelin and Gilly really had their hand in the dirt the whole time. Even Mason Smith bounced out.
Yeah,
to the outside.
Mason can play defensive end too. Like he is.
Ali, BJ, and Mason, they're all bouncing inside.
Who's the other DT though? Outside of
Guillory and Roy.
Yeah, so both those guys are probably hand in the dirt guys.
Yeah.
Right.
But they usually actually weren't on the field at the same time. It was like the first team defense on the defensive front. It was Ali Gay, Roy, Mason Smith, and Ojolari.
But that's if you have a really elite defensive front 7,
they'll mix and match.
Defensive line, you're not going to have 4 guys that play. I mean, look at Georgia.
Yeah.
The number 1 overall pick in the draft this year didn't play that much at Georgia because they rotated so much. He was super talented, but they just rotate. It's usually what you do with a talented defensive line.
Well, that's how you win a national championship.
That's how you keep them fresh. That's how you keep it literally just relentless.
That's how you say, hey, it's the 4th quarter and it's 3rd and 12. Go get the guy.
Yeah.
And they have enough juice to go get the guy. You know what I mean? Like, let's make this thing happen.
Like you said, like the communication could be an issue, but yesterday it was on point. I mean, even when they weren't communicating, you can hear a coach from the side yell, like identify this, identify that, communicate this, and then they would do it.
In the game.
Yeah.
Right.
But
it's good. It's good that they are. That's how they're thinking. I will say this: I like the fact because we talk about the secondary being the weakness, right? We talk about the cornerbacks being the weakness. We thought they have enough safeties. Now Jordan Tolles is transferring, which he hasn't really played all that much the 2 years that he's been here, and
It's a weird time to transfer, huh?
Yeah, maybe he realized after the scrimmage.
No, he wasn't there. He wasn't out there yesterday.
Yeah, probably realized. Maybe Brian Kelly said probably time to go. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
They're real deep at safety.
But that's my point, right? So you have a few cornerbacks that are going to go out there and play some young guys. I think that it's encouraging for us to see that these safeties are adaptable enough to say, okay, you're a safety, but you can also play the nickel position and be able to supplement the lack of cornerbacks with the safeties in those positions.
And Cody Richardson kind of came out of nowhere.
What the fuck that was?
Did you get superpowers, dude?
Someone bit me.
Maybe that's what they're actually having to do, right? Maybe they feel better as whatever safety they're going to put down there as a cover guy than these backup corners. It is what it is. I would rather it the other way, but
they're also getting corners back from injury. Like Converse was, like for the first time all camp, we saw him out there yesterday. He was full go. He was nice.
How's that freshman from? Was it Acadiana?
Terrence Welsh.
Yeah,
he's good. I don't know how much.
Has he been out there
start.
like playing well?
Yeah, he's playing well. He's just he's obviously young. You can see that he's got stuff to learn, but like physically, like he's starting to pick it up. He'll play some this year, I think. I don't know if he'll start ever, but he'll get some PT. But I will tell you who I was impressed with was everybody saying it was Cody Richardson, the McNeese transfer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, he was like when he was going against the ones, he was guarding Kayshawn.
Really?
Yeah, like he was on that side.
Love that.
And
we found a little diamond in the rough there from McNeese.
Yeah, and also Seven Banks still isn't full go yet. He was doing 7-on-7 and looked good, but he's still not.
But it's nice that he's actually getting back onto the field, right? Like he's been hurt, or that's been his whole career really. He's been hurt. Yeah. He hasn't been on the field. He hasn't been consistent. It's nice to see him making the progressions back.
Is he
back?
He was at practice, but he didn't participate. He was like full dressed in pads, but just.
How do linebackers look?
Linebackers look good. They have a lot more depth there than I expected them to be. Like I knew they had bodies there, but I didn't see like the talent.
That's been the one thing that they've been talking about since spring. Is the linebackers have been extremely impressive, and they're very excited about how good our linebacking group is. Right?
So, that's another group where they were running 2 on and off the whole time, alternating. It was Wes Weeks and Mike Jones, and then Harold Perkins and Wes Weeks, and then Mike Jones and Baskerville. I mean, they were mixing it up all almost every play. Did
the running backs put out a good performance? Did they
they didn't. I mean, it's kind of hard to run against our defensive front, but they look
great.
good.
I mean, listen, if you can find holes against the 7 that we have, I think listen, they always say iron sharpens iron. Like, I get that. Like, I understand that. Like, I'm not going to use that quote, but, like, to be able to go up every day against that front 7, to be able to have to figure out how to find a hole or how to maneuver, how to get small, how to find yards, like, that's going to bode well for the season because you're going against some of the most talented front 7 you're going to face, right? Like, it's not gonna be wide open all the time. And your offensive line, you're still trying to figure out the combination of your offensive line. I know they had the same guys they've been having. Like I said, I still think Emory Jones is going to be.
I think it'll be that 5. Emory gets the playing time. I mean, he pancaked Guillory the other.
I'm telling you, I think he's going to start.
I don't know. I just don't know whose spot he would.
And Brian Kelly talked about how
impressed he was with him.
Impressed he was with Emory Jones, but also how impressed he was with Dellinger at center.
Yeah.
Making the adjustment to move to center, because that is extremely, and you know that. I mean, center's probably the most. Offensively, it's the most intellectually advanced.
As the quarterback's spot.
Right.
It is.
Right. And so to be able to make that adjustment is hard. And listen, that is whenever you are when you're playing a position that has a lot of thinking, I'm a big thinker, right? Like I think a lot.
We know.
About a lot of different things. I'm a big thinker. And when you're in a position.
For better or worse.
For better or for worse. When you're in a position you have to think, sometimes it holds you back athletically because you're letting your mind get in the way, right? Yeah. So if you could be a really good offensive lineman, as Dellinger is, he came in as a high recruit, and you get moved to center and you have to think a lot more than you normally would have to. Sometimes that causes you to move a little slower.
And it's not even so much athletic. Just so much more. Like you're doing more thinking, but the processor has to be faster.
Right, exactly.
It has to happen quicker. You have to put it together quicker, and it's just.
So it's nice to see him make that adjustment and still be dominant on the front.
Do they do calls at the line for? I mean, college football. Obviously, it feels like it's obviously much different than NFL. And where is it on the center, or is it on the quarterback, or does it depend on the personnel? Like I'd imagine Joe was making his own calls, but whenever you get in a situation where LSU is now, where nobody's really been a solidified starter at center or at quarterback.
When you say calls, exactly what are you speaking of?
Identify
the protection calls.
That's coming. That's usually going to come. No, that's usually going to come a lot from the center first.
Yeah.
And then the quarterback's going to reiterate it. Really.
Yeah. They have the quarterbacks change of protections at the line. Brian Kelly said, that's actually a big part of the.
Does the center have to point out the mic? Mike's
that's usually coming from the center.
Yeah.
Like slide protections, all that's coming from the center.
That's coming. That'll come from the quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know that
there's nothing worse than the left tackle not getting the slide protection and not going this way, and you get absolutely smashed.
What are these?
By a defensive end that's going to Alabama from Bastrop, Louisiana. That does not feel very good.
Was?
I don't even remember his name.
Oh.
But he hit me really hard.
I said that. I
got
know why.
But he got him.
He got me. I had to call the next play. I had to get my receiver to call the next play because I couldn't breathe. I couldn't catch my breath. So you call the play and I'll figure it out.
I'm handing it off.
Yeah, not calling timeout. Not calling timeout.
The Mikey special.
Hey.
Give me 1 second.
Hey. We had the draft. We had the draft for Ancient Athletes yesterday. My debut on the flag football field is tomorrow.
Oh my
God. Is that quick?
Well, we have to play.
Bro, stretch out, please.
2 games. 2 games of flag football. 2 games of basketball. 2 games of softball. 2 games of volleyball. All in 4.5 hours, right?
Sounds awful.
Hey.
All in 4.5 hours?
Yeah.
That sounds
terrible. Your boy. Apparently, I'm gonna be the quarterback, and this one's a little easier because it's not as many people in the flag football in this league, in this thing. So it's 4 seconds to get the ball. Now during the season, it's you snap it, they're rushing, you gotta run around. That's what I can't wait for because that's when I get to use.
When is this?
It's tomorrow. It's early. You ain't gonna be up.
No, I mean I wasn't coming to watch anyway. I'm just
but
asking.
With flag football, I want you to come next year. I want you to get in the league next year. How fun would that be? Wow, it's fun.
Oh man, Mikey could be your sponsor.
A lot of connections in the Ancient Athletes.
Dude, if y'all rig
a lot of
the
business
league,
connections too. It's really fun. Actually, David Lanewau's in it. It's good. It's cool.
Yeah, rookie.
Bring some beers to the guys yesterday. I've been a rookie before. I understand how this works. I'm not telling you my secrets, but I know how to be a rookie.
Whatever you think you should do,
you find some
probably
cleats?
do it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Got me some nice LSU football cleats. We're good to go. I don't have the gloves though. No gloves.
I thought he was going to call me today, when we set up at Oklahoma, it's like, bro, I just got some fire cleats from LSU. And I was like, oh, this is the show I want to do.
This is so funny.
Can't wait. But
Jack might have to go out there and get some footage.
Yeah. Hey, we got to make it happen. Make a little highlight film. But back to what we're saying.
You're that confident? Highlight film?
Oh, yeah, dude.
4 seconds or less?
Bro.
Sounds like me
I'm
in the
going to
bedroom.
Aaron Rodgers the fuck out of that tomorrow. If you give me 4 seconds, it's over. Like,
Allie, shout out.
You got no.
You're gonna get to the playoffs and choke?
No.
You gonna do ayahuasca?
Maybe.
I would.
I know you would.
I know you.
We know you would. There's not much you wouldn't do.
There's not much you would not do.
There's not much you wouldn't do.
But
Not a big no
you're
guy.
talking about slide protection. You're talking about the center. You're talking about all that stuff. The center is in a very important position, obviously. Yeah. It's very encouraging to see Dellinger make that progression and do that because I think that's where you build your obviously you build your offensive line. You want your tackles to be really good, but you can build if you don't have a good center. That's kind of the.
Will Campbell's a monster.
Yes.
I don't know if y'all saw the clip of him going one-on-one with Ali Gay and just brick walling him. It was
great
crazy.
to have an All-American left tackle for 3 years, huh?
And then after the rep, telling him a little something about it, like true freshman.
Yeah.
Like it's fifth year
Hey,
senior.
dude. At this point, he's been there. He was early enrollee. At this point, you've been around the guys enough. You've gone up against them enough. Hey, bro, you've earned some right to be able to talk some shit back, and that's okay. And I like that.
Yeah, leave it to Catholics to not let a kid early enroll. Emory Jones wasn't allowed to.
He's still going to start. I'm telling you.
I know, but I'm sure he would love to have been out
I don't
there.
know about week 1.
You love Catholic. That's your favorite school in the world.
I don't know if he'll start week 1.
Free internet if y'all need it.
He finds himself
What's that?
into the
So
line.
they still have free internet. Just let me know. $5 a head.
Nuss
I got you, boys.
Nussmeyer played a little bit
Quiz
in
me
the individual drills,
Your
right?
enrollment list, little side hustle.
Little check.
He looked fine, but you could tell he was kind of limping on his right foot because that's the ankle that he sprained. But, I mean, he was throwing perfectly
Brian
fine.
Kelly made sure to come out and say
But he's still in the competition.
He is still in the competition.
He's doing
He's
outstanding.
been playing really well. He's impressed with the way he's been handling the quarterback position. Obviously, Jaden Daniels had a really good day, which is good to see. It doesn't matter if the competition is still going on or not. You want to see it. It's good to see it. It's good to see him make some throws. It's good to see him, have some, momentum going forward. It's also good to hear that Nussmeyer was having a really good showing and that they're both capable and they're still competing. Listen, the countdown is on.
3 weeks.
It's the 12th. Like I said, I think you have about
You're pretty much
3
halfway
weeks.
through
a
camp
weekish.
now. We're about halfway through camp
10
because
days left.
that last week will literally be like practice week prep
Yeah.
for.
Yep, you got about 10 days
Yeah,
before they
I
make that decision.
I think the Monday of game week he'll name his
The
quarterback.
Monday of game week, I think it's gonna be before the game
You
week.
think before?
I think it's gonna be-
I mean, like I don't think it's gonna be like a week from today. Bam.
No, I think it's gonna be like
a couple weeks from now.
it's
Like
yeah,
about
it's
a
gonna
week-
be like
about
it's
a
gonna be
week and
like
a
10
half.
days.
Yeah, like
10
a week
days,
and a half before.
which that'll be 12 days before the first game of the season.
Yeah.
So basically, the start of school, basically.
Basically,
Yeah.
like
10 to 12 days from
yeah. I mean, you just
Do you think that the injury pushes back the starting?
No, I
date?
think
No?
I think that's the timeline he probably
No.
wanted.
No, I would say yes, but he really only missed one day. Like he said, he'd be back out there today or tomorrow.
Do we know if he was?
Well, I don't know, no, because we had no availability. But I mean, if he's, we'll say even if he missed, he's doing individual drills yesterday, so he's missing 7-on-7 a day. If he missed,
you are
that.
going based off of nothing.
Feel.
No.
So
You are using your information based off of nothing.
Feel.
So say he missed today, he goes back tomorrow. That's 2 days. If he was really balling like everybody thinks he was before, then what difference does that make? If he
He's healthier than you think. They're just
Exactly
they're
my
being
point.
cautious as shit.
Which
is fine. That's what you need to do.
Or it could be the other way around.
If he was their guy before,
Just because what happened to Stingley doesn't mean it
Hey,
happened to him.
Trust me. I talked to the
it
entire.
wasn't.
He's fine.
It's not a Lance frack injury. It's a sprained ankle.
Oh, yeah, somebody said he got stepped on. That's what I heard. Is he got his foot stepped on.
Yeah, he
it's
stepped on
fine.
somebody else's foot. That's what Brian said.
The Eli Manning. You're too young.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking
He
about.
fell back at LSU.
Uh-huh.
The center stepped on his foot.
Yeah.
That happens
Mark
a lot.
Sanchez, the butt fumble. What?
Butt fumble.
That's nothing like that.
That ended the game.
I know that it was third down in
Yeah,
the red zone.
that ended the game.
2003 national championship season.
I know.
Crazy.
I know.
Eli
But
was
yeah.
coming.
Yeah, he was. He was good, dude. They were good that year.
They were, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were in the red zone. It was make or break time, and he stepped on. He got his foot stepped on. Like total Eli.
Well, you know why?
And yeah,
'Cause
that-
the
What face did he
defensive-
make
yeah,
after he got
because
stepped on?
The defensive lineman got pushed back to center and stepped on his foot. Do it again.
And if you're Peyton, you rub your head real hard.
I will admit though, I'm on the Nuss bus just because I think would be the most exciting to watch.
Listen,
but
I
I
think-
was super impressed by Daniels yesterday.
And that's what I was going to ask you is if like
Okay, so
Super
if you were
impressed.
super impressed, what makes you think Nuss would be the most exciting to watch? That's an interesting term you just used there.
Well, because I think
interesting tactic.
Just because I think he's got the strongest arm out of the group, and I think his leadership skills are the best. He has a stronger arm than Miles. It's not even close. Like if you watched it this camp, he's got a stronger arm than Miles. I know Miles' whole thing is he can throw, but Garrett has a stronger arm. Like put him on the 25 and chunk it, Garrett will throw it farther.
But is it accurate?
Well, I haven't seen him against a full defense. I've only seen
I don't care if you throw that bitch 100 yards.
Well, I mean,
can he put it on a gnat's
look,
ass?
I've gotten some reports, some sources, that he looks pretty freaking good. Like he's been pretty nailed, pretty money. He's been everything that you'd want in a starting quarterback. Now, does that mean that he's going to get the job right away?
Yeah, we'll see.
But I think that we're all under the. I'm under the impression that. See ya.
Beat it. Wow, I hope he's not watching this episode.
See ya. But I'm under the impression, I think we're all under the same mindset that
they want Nuss
we think Nuss is going to start. But I think Jaden Daniels is going to start the season. Now, we talked about this yesterday. I think that Jaden, it's up to, if he gets the first shot at it, he's going to start. Let's say Nuss maybe misses another week. He's not completely ready yet. Now, Jaden can go ahead and just be a world beater and not give up the position. That's very possible too. But I think that everything that they're trying to run offensively and things that they do as far as schemes and the complexity of the offense and making all of the throws, I think Nuss fits that. But, while he could get Wally picked. He may not, if he doesn't get the opportunity, he doesn't get the first crack at it, and this guy is damn. And then it would be a situation like the Alabama with Tua and Jalen. Okay, this guy is playing really, 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 really well.
But as soon as he's not.
Until he's not, and then.
Until we need more.
Yeah, until we know who can actually, we need to win the game.
Right. I think that's kind of the same mindset as, almost, you don't know what you're getting out of Jalen because it's a totally different system, and, he struggled, but his freshman year was great. But, you see that Nussmeier's ceiling might be a little bit higher, so you might want to take the safe option with the most experienced guy.
I think it's a lot higher, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's very obvious that he's a better pure thrower.
Yeah.
And now it's about can he come along in the offense.
Yeah. Also, Dan Campbell is enormous.
Still huge.
I didn't realize how enormous he was until I watched him on Hard Knocks. I'm watching him right now. Oh my God.
He's still huge.
Doing the up downs.
The broken wrist.
Well, he thought he broke his wrist. He didn't break it.
Yeah, well, your coach is taped up.
Hey.
Just to do some up downs.
Just to do up downs and took it off.
40 of them.
And took it off.
40. Hey, the up down started to be just a little bit half up downs.
Well, you saw boys were crawling up. They were literally doing the worm.
I mean, he wasn't even standing. He was hunchbacked the whole way. That's okay. Listen, you get to that point.
Let's do 20 then. Let's do 20 real ones instead of 40 half-assed ones, right, Dan?
Nah, so you still get it. You still go through it.
All right.
I will say this. Now, this is true, though. Up downs in pads, I think. Helmet's tough. In pads, though, is easier than, just bareback.
Because you don't have to go all the way down.
Yeah, well, because I'm just going to dive on the pads. It feels a lot better. I'm just going to belly flop on the pads.
Also, he wasn't doing when you come up on the up down.
No, his feet he was coming up like a burpee. He wasn't
he wasn't going knee up.
Yeah, he was
I'm a knee up guy.
There was players that was knee up.
Yeah, I was when I get to a certain level, I'm a knee up guy.
He was a chest flop to a burpee on the way up, that type of belly flop. That is tough.
Eating them.
40 burpee.
And the whistle got faster.
Okay, we got this. Who's that quarterback for the
That's
Falcons?
Mariota.
Is that Mariota? One?
Yeah.
So he's gonna start. He's playing today.
Mariota got a
Okay.
You're just throwing, dude. I mean, what would you do?
I mean, it looks like
practicing outside. He got a nice tan.
What do you think? What do y'all got on this game? You got the Falcons and the Lions.
Give me the Lions.
They're probably going to play 4 quarters.
Okay. Somebody's going to win. Maybe not.
Somebody's probably going to win.
Maybe they get tied. Maybe they tie.
Did we both go to Detroit?
I went to Detroit. It's a Hard Knocks bias right here.
Yeah.
I think Jamal. I think they're bought in. They're ready to go. Shep may suit up. Dan Campbell may suit up.
You saw the part I was talking about where he explained why he was doing it. You're like, man, it's kind of hard to say no when he says it like that.
I mean, why not? I get it. I understand it.
That's what we came here to do. We came here to play tackle football.
No doubt.
What are we doing here?
They
were going hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. They were actually going hard in camp, that early on.
Yeah, but they can't tackle.
but they're not very good at tackling yet.
Yeah. Which is
Shep will get them right. Shep
that was the first time they were hitting.
They'll get them
you
right.
have to get used to it. You have to have the bumps and bruises after the first week of
a lot of swings and misses.
But it's the raised up forearm.
Okay.
I forgot. That's what that feels like.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's figure this thing out now.
I love a good coach that tells it to you straight up. He straight up told them first meeting, hey, just letting you know, today's the best you're gonna feel. So if you can just get that in your mind right now. Like I don't want to hear about a bump or a bruise or any of this. Like you hear, show up, play. And it's funny though because you hear him talk about that, and then I don't know if you've watched the Jeter series going on, and Jeter talked about it too.
I didn't watch the last episode.
Well, he talked about it too, and he was like, I don't understand when players talk about, hey, I'm 80% today. What the hell is that?
No, I'm playing.
Like either you're playing or you're not. Either you can go or you can't because everybody's got something. I don't want to hear. Don't give me a built-in excuse.
That's the thing.
You know, like either you can go or you can't go.
That's why they say, "Oh, I'm only 80% today," because no, you have an excuse now.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I didn't play well because I was only 80%. Well, no, I'm playing. If I'm playing, I'm 100%.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm ready to go.
That's probably one thing that stuck with me my entire life when it came to Jeter is, a long time ago, I heard a quote that he made was, "My job is to play shortstop for the Yankees. So every day that I show up and I look at the lineup card and I'm on the list, well, my job's to get out there if I can get out there. It's not about how healthy am I. It's not about do I feel good. It's not about can I balance it with what's going off. That's my job.
So I'm going to go out there and play. You know who else played that way is Longoria. Evan Longoria tried to play 162 games every single year.
If people, not just baseball, other sports as well too, if you took that approach to it, team-wide.
And that's why you're a leader. That's why they're leaders. Yeah. That's why they are so good at what they do.
That's why you have longevity too, man. That's why you get revered the way you do by people. Yeah. Like it's just
people. If you're playing for a team, especially if you're a young guy and you're playing, and you have a guy who is grinding it through it and grinding through all these pains and these bumps and bruises and these injuries. Like they're not hurt. They're just a little banged up, and they're going out there and they're still performing because they're just outwilling it. That is the only motive. Like that is a leader, right? That's you don't want to disappoint that guy, and you want to do the same things, and that's how you build the culture.
Not to bring it to baseball yet, but we've all played with the guys. Well, we've both just because of the long season of it. We've played with the guys who.
I don't feel good.
Well, I mean, look, dude, they're hitting 315, and as soon as they stub a finger and it ain't broken and it ain't this and that, and they're out for the next 3 weeks just to sit on numbers. Come back into the feeling great again, and now they're back hitting, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's so good when he's in there." Well, yeah, he ain't in there all the time. Yeah. Everybody can be good when you feel great. Everybody feels great. When you actually feel great, it's very easy to go out there and play. It's hard to do it. It'd
be a great day to play baseball.
God, no, everybody can do that.
I'll play with a guy who was having a pretty good year offensively, and hurt his finger.
Fingy?
And then limped off the field. Like,
what?
Hurt his finger, like jammed his finger, and he was on the ground going around being a little dramatic. Our trainer goes out to talk to him, and he comes out the game and limps off the field with a broken finger.
See, not even a broken finger. Yeah, I've seen that a lot. I think that's probably the football in you and I both. Okay. But I never understood the baseball guy that gets hit from the belt up somewhere, but somehow he's limping.
Yep.
Damn, did that ball to the tricep hurt your legs too? Like, did it get you down here?
Unbelievable.
But I've seen it a million times.
That's what it is. It's a built-in excuse.
To the drinking bone.
Everything's apparently connected to the lower body bone.
But the whole point of this is you watch Matt Stafford, right? Matt Stafford has his moments when he was in Detroit and he was getting absolutely throttled and he was dislocating shoulders and throwing game winners with a dislocated shoulder. Like, that's the guy.
Hey, you bring up Matt Stafford. If that guy played 10 years anywhere probably besides Detroit, you'd probably talk about him as
he's in the Hall of Famer.
Surefire Hall of Famer as soon as he's done.
He is. I think now.
I think he is now because of the championship. Like they'll give him that. But I think had he not been playing there, you would talk about his throwing ability the way people talk about Patrick Mahomes, the way people talk about Josh Allen, because it's that impressive.
No doubt. And Aaron Rodgers says the same thing.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers said, everybody keeps talking about Mahomes with the sidearm no-look throws. He goes,
Stafford started that.
Stafford's been doing that for 10 years.
I'll be honest with you. We had some. So when I was here, I got lucky. I was lucky enough to see Jamarcus throw the ball. Super impressive. I was lucky enough to see Ryan Perrilloux throw the ball. Super impressive. And then my last year playing, in comes Georgia. They play us with Matt Stafford and A.J. Green on the other side. And I'm like, from the sideline, you're like, oh, my God, why is the ball coming out like that?
Yeah.
Like, that's how impressive
like
it
a
is.
rocket.
Absolutely.
A rocket ship. Okay. I know who you bet. Who do you have in this game? The Lions minus 2.5?
I went money line.
You just want money line. Lions money line.
So you didn't tease it.
What did you? Who do you got? Who do you got on this?
I didn't. Who do I have in
Who
this?
do you think? Yeah, you don't have to make a bet, but who do you have?
I got Lions in this.
So it's Lions, Falcons.
I got Lions. I'm telling you, this is the
Hard Knocks factor.
I'm not
the Hard Knocks factor.
Hard Knockers.
I'll get in. I'll get
David,
in
what
on
you
the
got?
regular season.
You got the over. Over 34.
See,
You
I'm
like the
telling
over?
you, big over season.
I'm gonna make another
I
over.
do like
bet.
overs in preseason though. That's a great. We're getting young guys out there.
It's been hitting. They've been hitting.
A lot of misses.
The only reason I
did put in a 5-team money line parlay just for the shits and gigs today.
The only reason I may not go over is because
Plus
I just
3,000.
Plus 2007 is what it said. It was plus 2007. I'm like, well, okay, let's try it.
once you see the number on the 5-leg parlay,
Let's
you're
try
like,
it.
I'm doing it.
Let's try it.
What if it hits?
Great content if
I
I
can't
win.
lose. I don't care what I put on this.
It'd be great. It'd be great to talk about if I win.
Nothing better than putting a parlay and losing the first game. Like, well, I guess I'll just do a 14 parlay now.
Who else plays today?
I'm more but more excited the fact that we bet the Lions because I saw who their backup was, and I'll give you a guess. Former LSU commit, instead committed to Florida.
The Lions
Lee
backup?
Franks.
Yes, he's Atlanta Falcons backup quarterback.
Oh, you said the
Falcons.
Lions.
You said
Oh,
Lions
my
backup.
bad.
Oh, okay.
Falcons
Wait.
backup quarterback
I was
is
about to
Felipe
say,
Is he the
Franks.
backup or is the other? Is Desmond Ritter the backup?
Felipe Franks plays tight end now.
Does he really?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
For the
I
Falcons, he's been in camp. He's been playing tight end because they
They
drafted
have-
Desmond Ritter.
This is our insider. He knows. Okay.
For the he is an Atlanta
Desmond
guy.
Ritter is probably the
I'm not a
backup, I would
Falcons fan.
assume.
No, just take it to the house. Take it to the house. Take it to the house. They've been calling a lot of penalties lately.
Yeah, that's what they do in preseason. It's preseason for
Yeah,
the referees too.
But that's why the overs usually work because they kind of matriculate the ball for you down the
Also,
They also
let's
probably
talk
work as
this through real quick.
Goff's going out there.
Yeah, no, he's playing.
Yeah.
Let's talk this
Yes.
through. There's only 3 games. He's got to play a little bit.
Especially
Is
when
this
you're on the
Antonio
Lions.
Brown thing real?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
He
This is
actually
the most
posted it.
I mean, I know he posted it, but like he didn't write that.
I think he's just swinging for like what can keep me in the news.
He's
Okay,
trying to
I'm
promote
gonna-
his
look,
music
Like it's
now.
unbelievable.
If y'all don't know, I'm gonna read it.
Oof.
How about
That's
that?
weird.
I'm gonna read what he. Well, I guess I can't read it because this picture doesn't work.
Well, and it's in quotes too, but it doesn't say that.
But he
said
just
it.
posted it.
I know, but it doesn't say if he said it or didn't. But it's in
Basically, what happens is he went through there's a tweet and goes and talks about his biggest regret, and he said, "My biggest regret is not." And all of the mistakes he made. It wasn't the hot air balloon. It wasn't the
Shirt off.
cryotherapy.
It wasn't
Burn the
storming-
feet.
storming
It
off
wasn't.
the field.
Yeah, it wasn't storming off the field with my shirt off. My biggest regret is not being able to watch myself play in person.
Same.
Of course, I could see it on tape, but it's not the same as being able to sit there live and see it.
And see it.
That's
That's what he said.
a
And
roundabout way of the quote.
now I don't know if that quote is actually his, but he posted it on his account.
Even if it's
This
not
man,
his,
man has to be.
Let's just say, even if it's not his, he quote tweeted it and wrote, "Sincerely, AB." That's what he wrote. So I mean, it's.
I mean, this guy works hard to try to be in the limelight, and this guy, he needs some. He is in a
Do it,
bad,
Goff.
He's in a bad spot.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Beat him up, ball.
Still the same team.
Same old Lions.
Oh man,
That was
that was
Nice,
Jamal.
yeah.
You cried in the huddle and everything, and you can't make. You gotta
Yeah,
catch
his,
that.
his hands are wet.
He's saving his catches for the season, man.
I mean,
No gloves, just finger tape.
Beat him up right in the face.
oh, right in the face.
He needs gloves.
That's not
finger
it.
tape looks
right
fire.
in front of
but
Campbell.
Right in the
He's
face.
like, I heard that speech. The hell is that?
But yeah, Antonio Brown is
an absolute lunatic.
Absolutely.
absolutely.
CTE.
That guy
mean,
doesn't live in. He doesn't live in reality.
Have you seen the? I sent the video to one of the group chats. I don't know, but the one where he's getting scanned by the doctor and he's just farting the
Yeah, I've
entire
seen that.
time
Fart in the
million
doctor's
times.
face.
in the doctor's face and laughing. And
And
it's
laughing
just,
about it.
and this guy, and then you remember on Hard Knocks, whenever it was with the Oakland Raiders, he was on that Oakland Raiders team.
For like a week.
I know, but he was on the Hard Knocks, and it was like free AB, free AB. He's an absolute. The Saints actually worked him out for whenever he was a free agent. And they brought him in. They're like, this is not what the culture's about.
Listen, make no mistake about it.
He can play
on the field is
as good as it gets.
Generational,
Hall of Famer.
Absolutely unbelievable. But there is so much baggage that it is. I mean, he's literally torn apart teams.
It's unbelievable. People go back and talk about whenever it was perfect when he knocked him out.
Yeah.
That's when they talked about how that's when his head went nuts.
I truly believe.
I don't know if that's true.
I truly believe that Mike Tomlin is like he didn't
get enough credit.
No. I think he's like in heaven with that front office in the sense of they're like he can't do any wrong because of how much he probably kept under wraps there while Antonio Brown was there.
Yeah, I mean he deserves.
So they're like, hey, look, dude, you're gonna have to lose like 6 seasons in a row before we ever bang you, because what you kept under wraps and how you performed here, like you good with us.
Well, there's the clip going around of like 10 minutes before he started the field, him absolutely making somebody fall on a route. It was like it's the greatest to ever do it on the field.
Like, I don't know, dude. He's got some screws.
Okay. The only thing the chat is talking about is quarterback debate.
It's between
it's not much of a debate, right?
What do you want to talk
debate.
about? We can beat it to the dead horse. Like,
our guy.
The simple fact is that it's between Daniels and Nussmeier because they can run, and that's about it.
It's not because they can run. I think they're better.
Well,
I don't think the running factor has anything to do with why they're the guys. I think they're just the better guys.
Well, I mean, it played a role yesterday because Brandon got sacked pretty often. It got pressure really often. And people would say Daniels was quick to run, but no, the defense just got pressure, and he would run out, keep his eyes on the field.
No, for sure, and that helps. But I think that they're just better.
Yeah, I think they're just better quarterbacks. But
I don't like if Brendan was the better quarterback. I don't think the running factor would be an issue. Yeah. But how do you you want to keep talking about the fact the quarterback competition? Nussmeier is not playing right now. So
yesterday he didn't play.
Right, like he hasn't played. He's not going to play for the last couple of days. Like maybe he'll come back in soon, but
we get media availability on Monday.
The thing is, and obviously,
what do you want us to say? What are they saying in there?
Well, here's the thing. Obviously, you're not going to hit the quarterback, but like it's not much of a competition or really a debate right now because they haven't had a full go scrimmage yet. Mm-hmm. So we haven't really seen how offenses really run with them behind.
We'll see that on I think we get practice on Monday for 30 minutes, then we get a full scrimmage. Supposed to be in the stadium on Wednesday, I believe, and that's supposed to be a full go scrimmage.
Let's go.
Oh, ouch!
Ooh, that didn't feel good.
So we'll see more on Monday and Wednesday.
Amon St. Brown, I can't wait to draft him in fantasy.
Sneaky.
Can't wait to draft him.
Oh, I picked him up last year.
He's great. What are they saying?
Okay, well, this is kind of part of the debate.
Let's bring some debate. Let's bring some conversation. Nobody's having a conversation here. Nobody's bringing questions or anything. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Step up your game, Lloyd.
Okay.
Jesus.
Me stepping my game up. You put a TV on in front of me. I mean, you're kind of cooking my you know what's gonna happen.
You know what's gonna happen.
You go back. Okay. So this is if you're an LSU, not an LSU fan, like blind resume. You have a quarterback that you think is a potential starter. His last 3 games that he played in healthy, understand the
against
injuries
Mississippi
and
State,
like that.
Missouri, and Vanderbilt.
Yes, Mississippi State lost, but when you look at the numbers and what he put up, understand the infatuation with Miles Brennan because
against Mississippi State,
27 of 46, 345 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. That was his worst game probably he's played since he was in high school. Like you come into the Joe Burrow shadow, he's got happy feet. Right. He looked he looked deer in headlights.
I understand.
But the numbers are still there.
See,
you go to Vanderbilt.
Let him finish.
You go to Vanderbilt, 41-7. I understand who the competition is. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
23 of 37, 337 yards, 4 tuds, 1 pick. Go to Missouri, lose, not probably his fault.
Well, none of the losses were his fault.
Yeah, I mean, look at the defense. They're giving up 34, 41, and 7, even giving up 7 to Vandy.
Right, I get what you're saying. We know the numbers.
The last game you saw him in an LSU uniform, and you have to realize what fan base we're talking about here, where they are enamored by this kind of stuff where it's like he deserves a shot, he earned it, whatever, like the legacy of the lore. You know, he's always been a what if. Exactly. But 29 of 48, 430 yards and 4 touchdowns. If you told me 5 years ago, before Joe Burrow, there's a quarterback that threw for 430 yards on your team that you think can't play, that's where a lot of LSU fans are coming from.
I understand, but you also have to realize that our situation in the quarterback room is a lot different than it was 5 years ago.
Yeah, but it seems like a lot of people think he's not getting like a fair shot
because he's not as good as the other guys.
Well, right, but then who else has thrown for 430 yards in a college football game? I'm not saying this.
Neither one of those guys have had the opportunity to do that.
JT Daniels has played more football than
JT
any of them.
Daniels played for an archaic head coach at Arizona State who had no idea what the fuck he was doing.
I'm talking about them Devils now.
right? Herm Edwards was great for a little bit, but Herm Edwards has no idea what's going on. There was an absolute shit show over there.
Well, neither did Ed O, and neither
That's my point.
But Ed O brought in a system that was tailored to quarterbacks.
No,
not
necessarily.
But you're talking about.
No, but Miles did that under Steve Ensminger, and Steve threw the ball around.
Yeah, I mean they threw it 50 times.
No doubt, and I understand that. But you have Nussmeier. You have Nussmeier who hasn't had an opportunity to do. You haven't given him an opportunity to do that. He hasn't gotten in the game and say, okay, you're going to go out there and you're going to be the guy and you're going to throw the ball in this offense. Like, you didn't have that. So I get what they're saying because, the numbers were there and you saw spurts of it 2 years ago for 3 games. But you can't say, oh, yeah, that's the same guy because he's not the same guy. And obviously, Brian Kelly is looking for something different. I'm not saying that he can't be it. I just don't think that he's as good as the other two.
Garrett Nussmeier in his lone start against Arkansas.
That does not count.
No, I'm just saying I'm just saying to give you numbers that.
No, I understand.
Yeah, literally, those numbers don't count.
I know, but I'm just saying we have to know. But that was not his fault. Like he was put into it.
That's my point. It doesn't count.
But 18 for 31, 179, 1 touchdown, 2 picks.
Right.
And that's why I would understand why people are like, why do you think he can be the starter? You have to wash completely away that from your brain, even though
you have to wash 100%. Away what you've seen on the field for the past 2 years.
Yeah, it's a clean slate.
Also, it's a big jump from freshman year to sophomore year.
Yeah, but that's not even it.
I think it just
you have a whole different scheme.
I think the amount of discipline and accountability that's been instilled in this team in like the last 6 months of them being just in the building, I think will show you a lot different than kind of how things got over the last 2 years. I don't think.
I agree.
I don't think what you saw the last 2 years is very vindicative, or I say vindicative, like indicative of what you're gonna get.
I understand the want for fans to want Brennan to play because that is a good story. It's a warming story. This guy paid his dues. He was going to leave, didn't leave, came back, and you want him to play really well so you can have the happy ending and the live happily ever after story book ending, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants that, right?
We found the slipper.
I would love that.
I would say this: if you just go with the eye test, it's pretty obvious that the eye test says, hey, he's not the one. He's been literally passed up by a lot of people. And we're not talking about literally just straight up physically just, oh, my God, talented people either. Really, honestly. So the eye test is obviously not working in his favor. So with that being said, when you don't have the history of literally being on the field, 3 games doesn't really matter. It's not going to do it for you, especially when it's 3 games 2 years ago. It's not going to really do it for you. So there's a lot of room he has to make up, I would imagine.
No doubt. Listen, this was 2 years ago when you had a very similar offense to what you had in 19, right? Like you had a lot of the same continuity, a lot of the same coaching staff. You had a lot of the same stuff in 2020.
Yeah, but I mean, I think a lot of people would point to no Joe Brady.
It's the same.
Of course not, but you're still running the same stuff.
It's the same OC, same play caller.
That's my point. You're still running the same stuff. It was. He called more plays.
He called the plays.
I understand that, but when you talk about continuity, no Jamar Chase, no Terrace Marshall.
That's not continuity.
He had
That's
Terrace in game.
I'm talking about staff. I'm talking about staff.
He had Marshall in that game.
Let me finish my thought before you interrupt me. I'm talking about staff, right? The staff was basically the same. The scheme was the same. The talent is going to go in and out. That's every year. That's not an excuse. You have to adjust with the guys you have on the team. But the talent, the staff and the scheme was relatively the same. Now you're trying to compare him to a guy who's going through a whole different offensive coordinator. They left. Another offensive coordinator now who you don't even know how their offense is going to run. The scheme is going to fit him. So you can't compare what he did with Joe Brady's offense, Ensminger calling the plays in 2020. It's a completely different situation right now, right? Like, I understand that you want to believe that, and I want to believe that. You as the fans, like, I understand, right? That's what we all want to believe, that he is going to be that guy. It's the same thing, but this guy has been through 2 different coaching changes, 2 different schemes since that time period, so it's not the same thing.
2 injuries.
It's just completely the same. It's completely different.
Yeah.
And listen, everybody wants a good, happy ending, but it's just not.
Also, 2 big injuries between.
Yeah, no, I mean, for sure. It's just, and I don't think the injuries are necessarily gonna like prohibit him from being good, because I don't think they were like, career threatening or anything like that.
But they kept him off the field, which means you don't get a chance to actually get the reps.
Right.
you know.
I mean, he was going down there at 2.5 years ago of different age, different mindset, different hunger of wanting to be great.
Yeah.
Watching Joe Burrow just win the Heisman Trophy and do what he did, like, you had all this momentum, and then unfortunately you got hurt. And now you don't have that anymore, right? So like, it's just, listen, I get it. I get the want. I get the desire to have that. I think that he is the third best quarterback, maybe fourth best, but third best right now. It's going to play because Walker is going to get redshirted.
Being a betting man, starting to day one, if you told me that he was going to take us to the promised land, I'd say, who else we got? That's just where I'd be.
What I think a lot of it is you've seen this with Brian Kelly. It's a lot of, you saw him get rid of basically the entire staff aside from Brad Davis. It's a lot of, we're closing the chapter on this book. We're done with it. I want everything to start fresh with me. And that's why I think, Garrett Nussmeier, for better or worse, was a part of the old regime. And so he wants to bring in a Jaden Daniels where it's like, this is my guy. I have my own offensive coordinator with Mike Denbrock, who runs a similar system with Jaden Daniels. You can see what he did in Cincinnati. Like, you can see kind of the parallels of what Jaden Daniels will do. And it's easy for them, I would imagine, to convince themselves, look,
no, I understand.
All right, we want to. They wouldn't got him for a reason. Like, Miles Brennan was.
They needed help. They needed help. They needed help in the quarterback room, depth-wise.
But that was the Miles Brennan play, it feels like. And then you see, oh, wait, Jaden Daniels is available. He looks a lot like Desmond Ridder. I think we could make something happen here when I bring in Mike Denbrock and we can run that same offense.
And this is before he really got to watch Nussmeier play too, right? Like, he only got to see a little small amount of time. He didn't get to watch him practice, how he prepared. He didn't get to see how he developed. And now that he got to see it, I don't think that he has his mind's made up on Jaden Daniels playing, but I think that it gives him more options.
I think the Nussmeier situation was strictly there isn't the game film history there, so if you want it, you're going to have to prove it.
Exactly.
I can't just go into this thing just giving it to you.
Right.
So I think that was and rightfully so. Let's be honest. I'm a new coach coming in. I personally wouldn't feel great about putting the whole team on a guy who literally hasn't done it
so
yet.
let me bring that guy that has experience.
That I didn't recruit. You know what I mean? All those things. Like, it's nothing against him. I think it's literally just hey, that's okay. Like, if you're that guy, go take it.
Yeah. And I think that he's done I think that's why he's made this decision hard, because I think Nussmeier has done that. Like, he's put himself in a position to maybe go and take it.
I'm too good to be ignored.
Exactly.
And I think, this is me speculating, and it's not a shot against Miles. It seems like he's kind of let himself fall into that second and third guy. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah, he's complacent now. He's content with I'm here, I'm exhausted, I don't want to worry about this anymore.
But I think the writing was on the wall for him too. So
So do you think if what we all say is probably going to be the ultimate reality for LSU football, where he is probably the third guy, do you see a world where he leaves, or do you think he stays at LSU?
I don't think so. I think he came back knowing that there was a strong possibility that it was going to, at best, be a competition. Maybe he leaves, but maybe not. Probably not.
Still has another year, too.
Which is crazy. 7 years.
You can be a doctor?
A
lot of people go to school for 7 years.
I think he's going straight from this to offensive coordinator somewhere. As soon as
that's a great 7 years. Is a great NFL career.
He's been under and he's been under like 5 different coordinators.
He's got pension in the league right now.
7 years in college football.
Is he even taking classes?
Right now. Is he going to play another year?
He can.
I know, but is he going to?
I would.
Yeah. What else is he going to do?
Do something else.
He graduated 6 years ago.
Go to work.
Do something else.
Dude, you wouldn't want to be on the football team and have to just be like, what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
He graduated 4 years ago, seriously. He's just been taking ballroom dancing. So level 6,000 with it.
What's going to happen is it's going to come down to him. He's going to have to play in a game. And we're going to be like, there we go. Bring out one more time. Do the magic trick.
He'll probably do it.
Never mind. I don't want to wish that upon anybody. I'm not going to say that. Okay.
There is something, too, the level of – he has to have a level of I don't give a fuck if he gets to play where he's like, I see what everybody said. I know that I'm not supposed to be out here. But if it comes to me, that has to be a little bit of like a relief off your shoulders. Like, there is literally no pressure on me if I get in this game. Like,
yeah, I'd imagine that's where he is mentally, which could be a dangerous place. Which is why I think he's in a good spot of being not the starter right out. Because I feel like it'd be completely
I could see him coming in at a necessity And doing something
that makes you literally go, why is he not playing next week? And
yeah, do something crazy, right? Like just because of
that
whole thing, like I'm just gonna sling the shit out of this ball. I don't know where the fuck
it's gonna go. And put balls on the cash, doing everything, making every third down conversion, just everything.
Takes off and runs and gets the first down.
I don't know if that's happening.
Yeah, he said he's got wheels.
3rd and 3, yeah. What do you mean?
3rd and 3. That's about it. I don't know. I want the best for him. I also want the best for LSU. And I think the best for LSU is not him playing quarterback. Okay? So hopefully that gave the fans or the people in the chat their fix on the quarterback debate because I know that's what they wanted.
Well, I think we're giving Brian Kelly a lot of credit for the recruiting and for the structure of the whole program and the fixing everything that Coach O kind of left in shambles, but we're not trusting him to pick a quarterback.
I agree with that. Like, you have to – if we trust him to do everything else, you got to trust him that his process of picking the starting quarterback is the right one. And we're not going to know until the season starts, but you have to put faith in the guy that you think that's doing a good job, that he's going to do a good job of making this decision. But we'll see. Season is in 3 weeks.
So somebody in the chat, he was talking about the quarterbacks in the chat, but he's like, I'll be honest, I'm 13 minutes behind on the stream. He's like, full scrimmage Wednesday.
I love that, dude. I'm just arguing to argue. Yeah. Where are we? We're talking about baseball now.
On a different note, we're gonna move.
We're getting Marioted right now.
I know they say it looks great. They say he's been looking unbelievable.
He is good, I guess. It's like Miles Brennan. He's never got a chance.
Oh, he got a chance
in the NFL.
He definitely got a chance.
He just kept getting hurt in Tennessee.
Hey, what do we got on this Kentucky stuff? With the football and the basketball battle back and forth of like, have you seen any of this?
Between Mark Stoops and Calipari, he said we're a football school.
Calipari said we're a basketball school, and then Mark Stoops is like they're going back and forth at each other like on Twitter publicly. What do we got on that? Is that tired?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like, why are we doing that? Why does that matter?
My first thought would be exactly that.
Hey, you want to grab me one of those things?
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Anybody else? I'm good.
Sugar-free Red Bull vodka?
I'm good.
Put it on the tab.
Put it on the tab.
Mic'd up tab for all of our fans that are here. All one of them. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm saying I think what they're doing is very part of the social media age where it's like nobody's talking about Kentucky. Calipari would 100% play that game. Stoops probably has no interest in it, but he'd say, let's go back and forth, get some interest about Kentucky football because nobody's talking about it. Calipari obviously always wants attention on Kentucky basketball, and that's what I think it is. I think it's all contrived from like a social media standpoint.
Hey, let's be honest though. They are a basketball school.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say this.
Don't tell that to Matt House.
Well, I'll say this.
I mean,
it's 100% they're a basketball school, but you got to understand. We got Mark Stoops, who is the sibling of Bob Stoops, who comes from a football family, who was at OU before, who comes here. Like, he's trying to do,
and he's doing a great job.
And he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
And he's, they've had the 4 straight postseason wins. He's got a top-rated quarterback this year. He's trying to change things there. So I get the noise he's trying to make.
By the way, the quarterback is a psychopath.
It's a basketball school.
What does he eat? What does he eat?
He eats a banana with the
peel on
with the peel still on it, and he puts mayonnaise in his coffee.
Mayonnaise in his coffee.
That's
the other.
That's absolutely disgusting.
He's from the transfer portal from Penn State. He's very much like a.
He's projected top 5 pick in the draft.
Yeah, the Will Levis guy.
Yeah, Will Levis. He's very much like
Coach.
dude. Over. Let's go. Very much in the same vein of almost like a Taysom Hill. It feels like probably a little bit more of a polished thrower, but just an absolute athlete back there.
Yeah.
And obviously people fall in love with that before you get a full slate. But what he did at Kentucky was impressive. LSU stood no chance in that game.
Yeah, that's one of the.
Oh yeah.
That was one of the more
embarrassing games.
Embarrassing on the road, completely outplayed, and not even by quote unquote a top flight LSU. SEC team, by a team where you were like, they're on the come up, and you go there and do that, and you're like, ooh, we wouldn't even. They kicked it off and the game was over.
Yeah, it wasn't.
That was ugly.
You didn't want to believe Kentucky was going to be able to do that to an LSU team, and they did.
I think as the year went last year, you saw the opener. You're like, oh, that was ugly. They'll pit it together. A couple games not go good, and then when that happened last year, you're like, yeah, this is not a good team.
But like back to what we're saying, like
they beat Florida.
I know. It's so true.
The most frustrating. Talk about the ultimate, like,
it's so true.
Epitome of who your head coach is. Like, this is unbelievable. We have no business being in this game. 11 a.m. at home where nobody's going to Florida. Like, nobody wanted to be at that game. And then LSU turns out and puts up the best rushing performance in school history.
I was at that game.
Yep.
I was like, wow, what happened? And then our offensive line stunk the next week. No, actually,
I think that speaks to the discipline of the school last year, right? Or the team last year.
Yeah.
You can go on the road and do that, but then you can beat Florida. You can be I don't know, what was it, like a 28-point underdog against Alabama and make that a game the whole game.
I mean, they almost won that
game. Where are we? Who are you right now? Like, what team are you? And then beat A&M at the end. Who are you?
Got a lot of talent, but it seems like something back.
Now O is playing his flag in Miami.
Go Canes.
Which we all figured that was going to happen.
Yeah. Do you think he can keep his...
I actually thought it was going to be Ole Miss. I thought he was going to be like the defensive line coach at Ole Miss, but I think
he'll go back soon.
I think right now he's like, well, I'm getting paid all this money. I don't want another job. I'm just going to go and consult.
His kid works for Miami.
Yeah, I think he probably has like a non-compete to where you can't actually sign a job for like 6 months. I would imagine LSU.
Well, no, I think that you can
within the SEC.
But I think that you can, maybe not in the SEC, but I think you can sign another job. You just have to you're not going to get your buyout.
Right. So he ain't going to do that. He's already spent that.
I don't know if he's.
There's no reason for him to go back unless he just gets bored.
There's a reason. He likes to dabble in extracurricular activities. Mm-hmm. That's what he wants to do. I saw the
big party bus guy.
Big party, yeah. Stall's locked.
Yeah, hey, listen, get it how you live it. He became single, and
he became a Mormon.
That's really where his tenure at LSU went down.
Well, I think we're not gonna get into that.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into that.
We're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna do that. But how about those Tigers? You know what I mean? The Tigers are good. Tigers are gonna be good.
Big commit tomorrow.
Potentially. Jordy Collada doing it again.
Is he?
Yep.
Lloyd?
Kylan Jackson and
You'll
Zachary High, 3:30.
Yeah, we'll be at Zachary High with Coach Burgeon.
I would assume he's going to LSU.
We'll see what hats are on the table.
A&M and LSU, who's got the bigger bag?
Who's got the big? Well, we know who's got the bigger bag. But
that's not really a question.
Who gave him the bigger bag?
How much does the bag
matter? I mean, it's not competitive. The bag is not competitive.
That bag at A&M is as big as it gets.
And there's another one happening. Is that able to? Or you're not able to say that?
No. Well, we're not sure if we'll be there or not. But there's talks in the works for the Jordan Matthews commitment on Monday. That said, no LSU hat on the table. It feels like it's between.
He said no LSU hat.
Yeah, his top three.
I think it's Michigan, Tennessee, and Texas.
Yes.
Michigan, Tennessee, and Texas. Wow,
that's a very weird top three right there.
Yeah, having Michigan in there is weird, right?
And this is Jordan Matthews, who is a player.
Stud.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Apparently there was a lot. Oh, you're talking about the schools he picked, or how LSU's out the picture?
Both.
Well, I guess. Honestly, yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know facts, so just heard through the grapevine that LSU said we want to see your senior year, and he didn't really like that.
Okay.
In the similar vein, I've heard that the relationship with some of the high school coaches was fractured beyond repair due to a previous tenure and how they handled recruiting.
With him or with LSU?
The previous
with just among high schools.
And with the old staff.
With the old staff, none of which are still here, which is why they cut bait with nearly everyone and brought in Brad Davis, who wasn't around for that regime really until the middle of, spring last year?
Right.
Yeah.
But
I think the summer, actually.
Yeah, summer.
What high school is this kid at?
Woodlawn.
Okay, same one as Rick.
Yeah, Woodlawn's pretty stacked, huh?
Yeah, they're pretty
good. They got a national televised game coming up. They're playing Zachary.
When I was in high school, Woodlawn stunk.
They stunk when I was there.
How about this? We were watching film. This is no joke. This is what happened to me. Listen, we're watching film, and you know when you're watching film in high school, probably in college too, and you see one guy on the field just keeps getting his shit pushed in, just getting embarrassed.
Film study's the best.
You see 54 over there?
Hey, film study's the best.
Yeah, you see this guy? If he makes a play, the whole team's running. He makes an interception, whatever. I'm like, okay. Through a bubble screen. My receiver, off his face mask, misses it. This guy intercepts it in the game. And I'm like,
I'm in
he
trouble.
almost took it back to the house.
So
to make a tackle. I'm like, so this guy made a play on us after you just literally singled him out on film. I'm embarrassed.
So let me just get this right, because I want to make sure I had this right. Woodlawn stunk.
And the guy
and you threw a pick.
And I threw a pick that went off my receiver's face mask.
Yeah, but there's no stat for his face mask.
There's not. We beat him by 30 points.
In the book.
The stats on you, baby.
Beat him by 30 points, and I did throw an interception to the worst guy on the team. The guy came in, blew up the bubble screen, or tried to. The other
sounds
guy
like a
came in,
player.
tried to blow up. No, the other guy.
Oh.
And then my receiver panicked, missed it, off the mask, interception by the worst guy on defense. Great.
That happens.
Great situation.
That happens.
On a pass behind line of scrimmage. It's great.
There you go.
Not good. But Woodlawn's nasty. They have him. They have
Ricky.
Those are the two guys, right? I'm sure they have some other guys.
They have some other guys that just aren't as big, but those are the two leaders.
Okay, so back to what you were saying. So how did the other schools come into play? Do you know that question?
I think it was kind of the same. This is me putting a little bit of some conversations together as to what happened, but it was a lot of Ed of the previous regime trying to recruit. I mean obviously it's who it was, but he was leaving guys on like the last or like the third or fifth last scholarship and waiting for them to be able to. And then when it came down to decision day, he would pull in the occasional scholarship.
That's what happened with Major Burns initially. That's why he went to Georgia.
That's what happened to Major Burns. That's what happened.
They pulled a scholarship for somebody else, so he went to Georgia for a year.
There's another cat at American Heritage where LSU is persona non grata, and they are stacked with talent. But the way that they handled
they're not coming here.
No, like you weren't letting the door. And so LSU's trying to repair some of these relationships, and that's why the recruiting took
I didn't know all that.
Me either, and that's why I was upset about how LSU was handling recruiting in state. But it turns out it was a debacle.
See? Everybody wants to jump to conclusions.
You got to get all the
Can't believe
information
they just won't
first.
go down to New Orleans. This is bullshit.
Well, they weren't allowed.
See, I would
Now we know why they didn't go down
There's
there.
a barricade over there.
It seems like you should be. There's a lot of good kids over there.
I wouldn't be surprised if they made a push for Jordan over the fall before signing day.
Same
That's
thing.
what I'm telling you. I think there's a way back into this thing.
It's if you would have seen Jordan at this commitment for Ricky Collins, he saw the love that was being showed by not only Woodlawn, obviously was out to support. It was Mason's Grill had no idea what they got themselves into. It had to be a great business night for them, but there was probably 1,000 people there, some eating, some not, but all rallied around this commitment. The news showed up, and Ricky Collins and Jordan Mathis obviously played together, best friends. They came to the same interview on Rohan Show on Thursday, so they hang out together a lot. Shelton Sampson was there. Like, all of the Louisiana cats were there to support Ricky, and you could see Jordan Matthews. Shelton just committed to LSU. Ricky just committed to LSU.
There's some momentum.
And Jordan doesn't have the hat on. Like,
Kylan's about to commit to LSU.
Yeah, there's probably a possibility Kylan's going to commit to LSU. He sees all of his friends, all the guys he played 7-on-7 with, he's hung out with for 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and he's the only one that's like, you could see it in his eyes of like, I could see myself probably like, because you know when you catch people like looking around the room and like taking it in, it's like, this could be me. Like, there's no reason it wouldn't be the exact same.
That was my biggest point a couple months ago when we were talking about the recruiting and we had that big
hubbub.
Yeah, it wasn't even a hubbub. Let's talk about a conversation, a passionate conversation.
Yes.
Soapbox guy, big soapbox guy.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But we had a big.
Y'all can talk after I'm done talking.
Yeah.
We had a passionate conversation about recruiting, right? And part of what I said was you have to give this guy time to build that and to have the trust that he's going to build those relationships. And just because you commit somewhere doesn't mean that you're going to go there, right? And I think that he is starting that movement of saying, you know what, these guys that are in Louisiana, we have to have them, and we're going to get them, and we're going to make it work. And I don't think Jordan Matthews is just out of the question yet. Now, he's not going to commit. Probably not going to commit to us on Monday, but doesn't mean he's not going to commit to. I mean, the guy in Westgate still on the table. Like,
the full court press is on for your boy.
I mean, I would imagine it is. We'll see.
Especially South Louisiana, like that area is hard to come in and get guys away from LSU.
Well, especially he's on the same high school team as Ricky, so you got to imagine every time they go see Ricky, Jordan's going to be there. Every time they talk to Ricky, they'll ask about Jordan, and like, those two are, I'm not saying connected at the hip, but like it's easy to talk to one when you have the other one committed.
It's going to be interesting to see it happen, but it's nice to see that we are getting a lot of momentum in recruiting.
And the game's far from over. A commitment, even for an LSU's sake, even a commitment doesn't mean that they didn't sign on the dotted line.
You got to stay with them. I tell you what, you know who's not going to throw interceptions tomorrow? This guy. I'll be throwing touchdowns all day tomorrow.
What ball?
No interceptions behind the line of scrimmage. Not behind the line of scrimmage.
When's the last time you threw a football?
All the time, Coach.
You an alley in the backyard?
I have a football I throw all the time.
No picks?
He's Charlie Brown.
Hey, you give me 4 seconds in the pocket with no rush, I'm dicing people up.
You'll have an offensive.
You don't know what kind of receivers you got running around yet.
Shit. They don't know, David. They don't know. They don't know.
Y'all don't know. David just rolled his eyes at me.
Back shouldering people up. Don't. Oh, dude, it's over.
Do y'all have an offensive game plan? What are we gonna do in the huddle?
We will. We don't need much. You get in trouble, throw it up. Yeah. Hey, fuck, he's up there. He's down there somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, he's wearing his cleats right now.
Hey, we're gonna be looking good though on the field. That's for sure. I'm using the same football cleats on softball too. I'm not even changing cleats.
Oh, yeah, put some metal in them.
Can't. Metal spike's illegal. Can't do it. I have a bad feeling that I'm not going to be good at softball.
I've seen some people that have I've seen this in both ways, both of which you're in the same category for. People that played high-level high school football, that played quarterback and flag football, that could not figure it out. Like, it's a totally different game. This 4-second thing is different, but when you get into, like, the real thing.
Oh, no. But I've actually played flag football, so I understand how that works. But I've never done slow pitch softball.
Slow pitch softball is going to put your brain into pretzel for about 2 at-bats, and then you'll figure it out.
I have a feeling that I'm not going to be good.
You might swing and miss.
One of these?
Yeah, dude, it's up there forever. You're rookie of the year.
Boy, I'm nervous now. I'm going to bring some batting gloves. Definitely need batting gloves and need some gloves.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
My actual gloves.
You don't use batting gloves for softball?
Yeah.
No.
If you don't, I mean, you don't have enough. What you mean?
Is it batting gloves? Or batting gloves a thing?
No, that's what I'm saying. Don't do.
See, everybody wears them.
What are you talking about?
See, I don't wear them.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I won a chip in intramural softball and in football. Yeah, absolutely, dude.
What was that move?
Well, you never seen the Drew
What
Lock?
position you play? Center. Center's important.
Play wide receiver outside.
Center's very important in flag football.
I know it is. If you want to sneak in there, if you got the aerobic ability, play center. But I was on the outside.
Anaerobic?
Anaerobic? Breathing.
Aerobic. It is aerobic.
Yeah. But, yeah, kinesiology major over here, I know.
Were you?
Sports management.
David, don't lie to us tomorrow. If he ain't putting it on the cash tomorrow, we want to know. If he's missing targets, we want to know.
I'm going to be ready. I'm looking forward to this.
What's your confidence level that's not fake right now? Like, out of 10, what do you really think you're going to do?
That's not fake.
Zero fake confidence in my voice right now. I'm 100% confident. And who's that?
No clue.
It's kind of yoked.
Baby Jesus.
That's your competition.
Speaking of Baby Jesus, that was part of what Antonio Brown did say. Jesus performing at the Red Rocks. That was also in his statement that he posted out there.
The Red Rocks.
He compared himself playing on the football
field.
What's your
over-under
to Jesus.
on touchdowns tomorrow?
I don't know. I don't know how long the game
You can
is.
only throw the ball.
Oh, thanks.
No, you're not allowed to run.
I know, because there's no rush.
Right. So the only way you're going to score is touchdowns. How many points do you think you're going to see? I'm putting it on the poll.
I don't know. I have to see how the running clock. Is there a running clock?
It's only about 25 in the game.
What's the score usually?
It's weird how it works. I have to explain it after, but like each team doesn't get equal possessions. They take out points off the board.
Yeah, see, so you
But
can't.
you still but you still threw the touchdown. I don't care if it counts or not.
3 touchdowns. Yeah, 3 touchdown passes.
So 6 tomorrow.
6 touchdown passes tomorrow. If I'm playing quarterback, maybe they
Over under 6.
Maybe they want me to play receiver.
We're not gonna count them getting taken off the board.
Yeah. Just if you actually throw them, not if they actually stuck on the ending. Over under 6.
6 touchdowns. Give me 10 minutes to go through the squad. And
No. Over under 6.
I'm throwing 6. I said.
Just on 6. That's what you said now. All right.
5.5 will be the over under.
That's what I said it at.
Why we gotta set it so low? That's bullshit.
6 is what I'm throwing. 6 is running clocks. Running clocks.
Running what?
It's a running clock.
Oh.
I'm ready, boys. Listen, I'm gonna be locked in. I'm gonna take my special medicine, and I'm gonna be locked in.
It's Disco Biscuit.
Ookie cookie.
What else are we gonna talk about today?
I don't know. I didn't get to do any prep. I didn't get to do the.
I know you didn't do anything today. I'm just joking.
Somebody said absolutely under.
What'd you say?
They said absolutely under.
That's disrespectful.
That's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
They'll
God.
never see me. Pull out the tape.
How many timeouts do y'all get? How many timeouts do you have in flag football? First play of the game, you gotta watch out. He's
you
uncomfortable.
give me the signs. Sometimes I go timeout. I get nervous. First play of the game, want the kickoff.
My special pill hasn't kicked in yet.
Hasn't kicked in. It will kick in. It'll be there. No, it's gonna be fun.
Wait. How competitive do you think you're gonna be? Is you turning it up to?
I mean, I'm gonna be competitive. I'm not gonna be like.
Are you gonna fuss?
No, can't fuss. That's
Are you bringing the quarterback towel?
D-bad. Don't be a dick, bro.
Hey, are you bringing the quarterback towel?
Ooh, I do have my STM quarterback towel. I should. No,
break glass in case of emergency.
You can't fuss. Listen, you got to go there and you got to suck it up on bad calls, and you just got to go and you just got to outwill the opponent. And I can't fuss. It's illegal to fuss.
Outwill the opponent in flag football.
Listen, Coach, I'm competitive. Now I'll probably be more competitive on the basketball court.
Just remember when you get out there tomorrow, somebody out there thinks definitely under. I just want you to know that.
Oh, I know people think I'm under. It's okay.
No, absolutely. Under.
Absolutely under.
That's fine.
Write it on the brim of your head.
You want to know
Don't take that shade. That's not fine. Don't take that shade.
What's the reasoning?
They said Mikey has the arm talent, but he doesn't have the IQ to play QB at this level. Coach, look outside.
This guy's going at your neck right now. He's definitely at somebody else's bar right now. He needs to be
the
here.
IQ. I like that. That's good.
He's basically calling you Miles Brennan. He's like, oh, he hasn't done it in a couple of years.
Hey,
a couple of injuries.
Listen, I know.
We saw him knock that ball over the fence.
You think you can beat Miles in a race right now?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been away from playing sports for that long. I mean, jeez.
Wow, what a question.
What do you think you run in the 40 right now?
Oh, I don't know.
What do you think he runs in the 40?
5'2".
Not as fast as me.
I think he's probably under 5.
I mean, right? I realize that I just stopped training.
I'm like 2 months out of
training.
Yeah,
like you realize I just stopped.
No, that's what I was asking. I wasn't saying that you. I said you absolutely would smash him.
Show me some respect.
I mean, Jesus, I just now. I mean, damn.
I still would answer the phone.
I was doing 2-a-days for up until 2 months ago, so like, let's
pump the brakes.
Pump the brakes a little bit here. Like, I get it.
Can you still dunk?
Yes. Now I don't know if I'm not gonna attempt it tomorrow though, because I think I'm gonna rip a hamstring if I try to do that. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna save all of that for the actual basketball league.
That's early for a flag football game.
Well, we have
Y'all are gonna get rained. Y'all are gonna get rained out.
Don't not.
That's possible. That's I mean,
it definitely could happen.
I just started saying I'm getting back in flag football shape.
Yeah.
Huh? The other day I was like, I got to get back in flag football
shape.
I'm
looking forward to it. It'll be fun.
I used to throw up all the time out there.
You throw up more than anybody I've ever met in my life.
Do you remember what was that?
How do you throw up at intramural sports?
Why?
Fucking go hard. No, the opposite, and a little too many before.
The opposite. Different reasons.
Oh, remember that purple pill you could get at GNC?
No, we don't.
That was like a diet pill?
No.
Oh, you were probably playing sports. I forgot what it was. But
I mean, not one time I've ever bought a diet pill out of
it. Used to work.
GNC.
It would give you a little energy, but
they'd make
me throw up a lot.
Yeah,
purple pill at GNC.
What'd you say?
No, actually, I don't know what pill you're talking about.
No. Those are for
the same one they have in the gas station?
That sounds like it's something that's good for you. It'll make me throw up. It gives me energy, but it makes me throw up every time. That sounds
good. The funny part about it is knowing Lloyd, he took it the first time. I was like, man, I had energy. I threw up. The next week, I need that purple pill.
He's yearning for it. He's yearning for it.
It's 50-50 right now on the poll.
Did y'all not have anybody that would throw up before like every game?
I nervous.
I know one guy that used to throw up on the mound before, literally, like.
Who's that?
Daryl Thompson.
Who?
Daryl Thompson. He did the big leagues with Cincinnati. He would literally throw his 8 warm-up pitches and like throw up behind the mound. Pretty much every time he threw.
Wow. That's tough.
I was like that. I didn't throw up every time, but I was always getting nauseous.
The first time I was in the fall league with him, the first time we did it, we were like, oh.
Oxy Elite.
Yeah, nobody knows what that is, but you.
Bro, Oxy Elite, that doesn't sound. Yeah.
Nobody but you. When it was called Oxy, so I understand why you threw up.
That makes sense. That makes sense why it gave you energy and made you feel good. And
we're sponsored by Lil White. Oxycontin, 10X bars. What you want? What you need?
Certified.
Oxy. Anything with Oxy, like Oxygen. Anabolic or Oxy, it's like, okay, it's probably not good for you.
But you had somebody that threw up on the mound every game? Like, would he do it on the field?
On the field. Behind the mound, like on the field.
Just pull the trigger?
Yeah, like legit.
I never had a guy that did that.
We had a guy
And it wasn't like 2 spits either. It was like
full.
Yeah, projectile.
So the first time I ever saw him do it, it was in.
Feels great.
It was in the fall league in Arizona. So we all obviously thought, I didn't know anything about it, that he had went hard the night before, but apparently that was like a thing.
Or he goes hard all the time. He's like, no, this is my thing.
No, he doesn't. He's not one of them dudes. But yeah, I didn't know him at the time.
There was a guy.
Here's my question: you did not get it. It's not my fault, huh? You didn't look it up.
I mean, we kind of.
I don't have the internet right now. I can only do because it'll crash the stream.
We kind of have.
Like if I do too much on the internet, it'll make the stream buffer.
We kind of have one.
Yeah, but we talked about it already.
We talked about the Kentucky coaches fighting each other.
Yeah.
Well, where were you?
I must have been over there. Remember,
No,
he was
I think
I haven't gotten up yet.
I think you were.
No,
I
I walked up late because I was.
this was middle of the show.
Oh, I must have been responding in the chat or something. I don't know.
You were here.
You were definitely
here.
right there.
You were here. Okay, I mean, I
I
have
was
not
sitting
my
right here.
fault.
I was done.
Okay, not my fault. It's brought to you by dUpMikie's Place, and I'm sorry that we don't have one. It's because we didn't come prepared for Friday's show. It's okay. We did. We did talk about
A
it.
good 5 minutes too. Like it
We
wasn't
did talk
even
about
that
it.
short.
There's really not much to talk about today in sports. I don't like that.
It ain't much to talk
Y'all
about.
haven't talked at
until
all
football
about
really starts
the
again.
game in the corn.
I don't care about the game in the corn.
You have to.
Why?
It's
the Griffins.
sports.
I mean, the Field of Dreams game, great. It was great. It was great. There's 2 teams that nobody cares about.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, why would you do that? Let's go get 2 teams that are like that people want to watch.
You know, like
Yankees,
I
Mets.
thought last year was
2 good
awesome.
teams there last year. It was
It
awesome.
was,
Let's
a
go
walk
get
off.
2
He had
good
the
teams
walk
there.
off homer. That was awesome. This year, I don't care.
I legit right now don't even remember who the other team was. I know it was the
Reds.
Who was the other team?
Cubs.
And the Cubs. And the Reds won 4-2. No, lost 4-2.
I didn't watch.
That needs to be a flex game. We'll let you know about a month before who's going.
I don't think that's how baseball
I'll tell you this.
works.
All the guys.
No, but I'm saying that needs to be a flex game. We'll let you know about a month before.
The
We
guys,
had a guy that
the
jerked
guys
off
that go
before every game in the stall.
I mean, you just jumped right back to that conversation.
Yeah.
You wanted to say that. You really wanted to say it. Yeah.
Not my fault.
Chase Utley. Used to watch porn before every game.
Oh, and I'm a soldier. Kellen Winslow, big porn guy.
Kellen Winslow was.
Speaking of that, if y'all really want
A
to talk
little
about that,
different
I thought it was pretty funny. There was a kid in the Little League World Series that said his favorite actor.
Okay.
Was
Alexis.
Texas.
Texas.
Okay, here's my. Is that real or
Who
not?
is that?
I don't know. That could be easily edited. Is that real?
That's what I think. It's all a good
joke.
barstool ruse where you
Yeah.
can easily edit it, but it's still hilarious.
Yeah.
Because somebody else had another caption that was like, "A crush on my teacher, something Miss Johnson." So it feels like it's very barstool.
There's another one. They said their dream job was like chicken nugget test taster or something
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, this is
That
the
could
best.
be real. That could be real.
That could be real. That's
You never know what you might get out of those kids, though. Seriously.
Right.
They-
But
they're
you would
filling
think that
out
somebody was gonna edit, would read through the things and say, okay, this is
Yeah,
not
maybe
gonna...
so, but maybe the person that did it
Didn't know who that was.
Everybody.
church-going person who just doesn't do that much wrong.
I don't know who Alexis
Didn't even
Texas
know who it
is.
was.
You don't?
I've heard the name a time or two.
I don't know who that is either. Look her up, see who she is.
All
I
right,
think
here
she's
we
not.
go.
Just don't crash the
Yeah,
stream.
you'll crash the show.
What is she, blonde with a big butt or something?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
That's actually it.
I know who she is.
So they say.
We're talking about the Field of Dreams game. No, so the guys that go to the Field of Dreams game, they get paid, significant. They probably get paid $10,000 to play that game. Every every special game, if you have to go overseas, if you have to go do anything out of the ordinary, they pay you extra money to do that. So I don't know how much it is, but they probably got paid $10,000 to play. If you're on that roster, you got paid $10,000 to go to that game.
Yeah.
To play in the game, which is great. It's like a extra bonus, especially for the guys who are making minimum. I don't know. I mean, it could be more than $10,000. But all right, to the segments.
To the segments we go.
Not my fault. Brought to you by dUpMikie's Place. It's not my fault that Lloyd did not have a not my fault today. How about that? Let's do that.
Oh, I got one right now.
Do you?
Yeah.
What
Let's
is
see.
it?
We're taking a shot in the dark. My fault, not my fault. This all started back in March. My son's best friend turned 13. In his family, the 13th birthday party is a huge deal, I'd imagine, religious involvement. In addition to a massive party, which all 4 of us were invited to, his parents also took him to Disney World. They invited my son as well. My wife was hesitant to consent to this. She said it was unfair to allow our son to go when our 9-year-old daughter can't, especially since she loves Disney and the princesses, whatever. I said our kid won't always have the exact same opportunities. We have to set a precedent here. We have to stick to it. When our daughter gets a similar opportunity, we'll be able to go. So we just be punishing both of our children. I gave our son money to buy his sister souvenirs. So essentially, he's saying, my fault, not my fault, for saying one of my children can go to this birthday party and Walt Disney.
Fault. That's right. That's right move.
I'm with the dad.
Yeah, that's the right move. That's the right move.
That
was good. You threw one out there. That worked. That worked. Gotta keep this segment going. It's all about consistency. You taught me that. You taught me that.
That is. Yeah.
Okay, curtain calls. Anybody got curtain calls?
Tough to find it.
I got one though. I got one. I gotta bring his name. I said I did not have one.
Oh man, they got divorced.
What?
After this.
You just made that up.
He definitely just made that up. He definitely.
What's your curtain call?
She saw our son wearing a black Star Wars shirt with a Mickey Mouse hat and trading pin lanyard because he never told her that he was going.
All right. Your curtain call. You have a curtain call?
Yes, I do.
Curtain call is brought to you by... Are you going to get
Law Office of Lance Beal.
There you go. Thank you.
Spite read.
Yep. Go for it.
My curtain call is... Am I going to take somebody's if I do this one?
No, you're not going to take mine.
You're the one that said it, so...
Obviously, Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey Sr. coming out the corn, throwing the first pitch. I thought that was obviously maybe the reason why they did the game was to kind of promote that stuff. Ken Griffey still, I thought he would be a little bit.
No, he's always
I know,
but a little hefty now.
Yeah, that's amazing. What
I will say this: can we stop saying you want to have a catch?
I hate that phrase too.
It's not have a catch. You want to go. You want to go throw the ball. Throw. You want to toss.
I mean, it was in the movie.
That's what the quote was for the movie.
I know, but people actually say that. Want to have a catch? Like,
yeah, I've never.
I've never heard that.
I don't think I've ever said it.
And
what's the whole point of throwing a baseball? It's to throw the baseball, right? It's not to catch the baseball. So,
what do you like? What do you say? So you want to go throw?
You want to go throw? You want to toss?
Yeah, you want to go throw.
Yeah, play catch. Yeah.
It's like when people get golf nomenclature wrong, and you know it's like, oh, like would you score there? And you're like, what did you just say to me? And it's like that's not how you like phrase golf. Like, oh, I was +6. Like nobody says that I'm 6 over. You know, it's like the little nitpicky things that when you're really into it, you're like.
That's a good current call. I love.
Well, and the dad dropped the first throw.
Yeah,
so still doesn't have it. Yeah, doesn't have it.
He did clank it.
And I feel like Griffey tried to kind of big league him a little bit, like tried to hit him on the run, and Dad wasn't ready.
Well, Dad's
got a glove, and Dad's played 20 years in the show, so Dad should probably caught that.
Is Griffey? Did you get too cool for school vibes from Griffey still?
No.
Like he didn't feel like he wanted to be out there.
No, I think Griffey's just still like that's just his like demeanor. He's like swaggy. You know what I mean? Like he's like chill, and I think he's
right where he needs to be.
Yeah, he's right where he needs to be. All right, my curtain call.
Get his ass.
I respect this because I know how hard it is to come up through the minor leagues, and like a lot of guys don't make it. This guy, Wynton Bernard, for the Colorado Rockies, played minor league baseball for 11 years. He's making his major league debut today.
The Rockies?
For the Rockies. Like that's awesome. That to me, that's like the definition of curtain call. 11 years grinding in the minor leagues, finally gets the opportunity to get to the big leagues. Shout out Wynton Bernard. My curtain call. You got one?
Yep.
Over here.
MLB drug policy. Why, you ask? Because news just broke. Fernando Tatis violated Major League Baseball's performance-enhancing drug policy and is facing a suspension.
Whoa. What'd you point at? You saw that? Oh, pick. That is unbelievable.
Huge.
He's suspended for 80 games.
They haven't said how much, but he's getting.
What drug?
So, well, if it's performance enhancing, he's suspended 80 games.
So
Fernando Tatis Jr.
He hasn't played a game yet.
They've already known that too. They had to have known this already.
And they waited for him to come off suspension to suspend him. I mean, to come off injury.
Well, you're suspended when you get back. Like, I mean, it's steroids, something. It's performance enhancers.
The real question is, was it
Pro?
Was it him trying to get healthy and come back, or has this been a thing?
Right, and that's the question.
Or
now, no matter what happens, it's tainted. But you know what? You know what doesn't affect? His $400 million deal that he signed.
He gonna get the money.
He gets
Don't be a fool. Take the money.
And guess what? If he does it again and he gets another 80 game or more,
no, it'll be a year the next time.
Yeah, he'll get a year. You know what he'll go do? He'll go play in his hometown country. Like, that's just what he'll do. And he'll keep making money there and keep playing, and he'll be a god there still.
It's all guaranteed, right? No matter what.
Well, yeah, when he signed the line, yeah.
No,
outside of
not. Now, if you're suspended, you're not getting that money in the suspension.
Oh.
When you're for performance-enhancing drugs. Now, if you get suspended in Major League Baseball for like a fight on the field or something, and you're suspended, you still get paid.
So why would you not fight every game if you really didn't want to play?
I mean, okay, at that point, then they'd probably not let you play anymore.
They still got to pay me.
If you have a guaranteed contract, but if you not have a guaranteed contract, but like that wouldn't work. But yeah, if you're suspended unless it's performance enhancing, you don't get paid. But that's crazy. That's a bombshell. Nice, breaking news.
So the Padres wasted all of that money
for this year, but he hadn't played it all this year. He was getting back, trying to.
Right, but then
they're still good though. They're still in a spot to win.
I feel like he was a pretty big piece of what they did.
God, that's a huge story.
That just happened?
Yeah. It just happened.
Okay. Call?
Good show. Average show. Okay show. Whatever y'all think it is. I think it was good.
It's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
What are we doing on Monday?
Show. 6 to 8. We're going to have guests.
Oh, dropped it.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Had it. Dropped it.
Huh?
Can we spill the beans?
We don't have a guest yet on Monday, but we'll have some. We don't have like one specifically. We have people that we're talking to. We'll have one on Wednesday.
Maybe that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, it hasn't got confirmed yet, but the one on Wednesday will be entertaining for people to listen to.
Who's that?
Huh?
Had it. Dropped it.
All right. Y'all enjoy the weekend. Have a great Friday. Have a great rest of the Friday. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday live from 6 to 8 p.m. Wednesday live 6 to 8 p.m. We'll be here again next Friday, 4:30 to 6. Actually, yeah, we'll be here 4:30 to 6 next week. Yep, we'll be here next week. Just joking. Pump fake.
And we'll see you about Monday.
We'll see you on Monday. We'll have guests. We'll have some really cool guests next week. I can promise you that.
Y'all come to Uncle Earls.
Yeah, please.
Here.
Please, we're getting there. They're about to be in school. We're about to make this happen. All right, enjoy the weekend. You're watching Mik'd, brought to you by Sterling Automotive.